story a little bit. I actually transitioned from a publicly expressed masculine role to a feminine role. I'd say about between 8 years ago, and I started planning when I was going to come out at work. But that got hastened a little bit because a coworker of mine noticed that I was starting to develop breasts. And in fact, I was wearing a sports bra. And she started going around to coworkers and saying, "Is Tony gay? Is he gay? What's going on with that?" And I had come out to one person in my office, and she was having a really hard time dealing with the questions that were going around. She came to me and said, "Tony, I can't handle this. I need you. Can you come out?" And I said, "Well, it's going to have to happen sooner or later, and it looks like it's going to be now." So, as you may be able to relate to, I prepared myself a really long explanation that I could hand to all the people I cared about. 23 pages, I think it was. Explanation on what the transsexual was, and my life history, and what I was going to be doing, what all these processes were, why it was so important, what I hope to achieve, you name it. And I got more than one line in response, thank goodness. I gave that to my human resources department at the state agency I worked for. And they didn't really know what the deal was, so they sent it over to the state AG's office, and they got an opinion about what my rights should be. And the AG said, "Well, we got this new CHRO decision, and we don't really know how powerful that is, but I'm told what they did was came back to the agency heads and said, you're better off accepting this and allowing her the freedom to go through this process." And to their credit, the agency heads were really good about that. They kept backing me up on it. So what I did was I prepared an email, and on a day when I wasn't going to be at work, I sent it out to my coworkers. I was actually at the True Colors conference. And got back on Monday to find out that most people have handled it pretty well, but a couple haven't. If we had clear laws in Connecticut, my workplace would have had clear laws prohibiting this kind of discrimination. People would have known their rights. I wouldn't have had to write a 23-page paper. I probably would have written something for my family. And they wouldn't have had to send out, for complicated opinions that nobody was really sure about. And you wouldn't have had so much complexity over what my right was to say, this is my gender identity, this is my gender expression, and I'm going to do with my sex whatever I want.